What's up guys, I'm KB Kwan from Taste of Asian Food. Today I'm going to make a famous Indian snack called Samosa. Samosa is a deep fried pastry with a savory filling like spiced potatoes, onions and peas. And I live in Malaysia, a multicultural country, which I'm able to get samosa in every nook and corner. Now today I'm going to make the samosa based on the taste of my favorite Mamak store, that means the local Indian restaurant, with my interpretation. Let's get started. Let's start with cutting and chopping those ingredients as listed in the recipe. Some chopped garlic, some finely chopped ginger. Also finely chopped some green chili. Cut a medium-sized onion into small dice. Get a lemon. Squeeze out the juice from half of the lemon. And coarsely chop some coriander leaves. Potato is an essential ingredient for the stuffing. Wash, peel and boil the potatoes until they are soft but not mushy. Then cut it into small dice. Now let's cook the potato stuffing for the samosa. Heat about 2 tablespoons of ghee over medium heat in a pan. Then add the garlic and ginger and saute until aromatic. It will take about half a minute. Add a teaspoon of cumin seeds and continue sauteing. Pay attention to the cumin seeds so that they will not get overburned and get bitter. Next, the onions. Now continue to saute over low to medium heat for about 3 to 4 minutes until the onions start to turn soft. It is also nice to add some green chili for the flavor. Now season it with the following spices. Some chili powder, coriander powder, garam masala, lemon juice, and boiled potatoes. Mix the potato well with the spices. I also add some frozen green peas, but you can omit them. Season it with some salt. And add some water to continue cooking the potatoes. Blend well with the spices until they start to disintegrate and become slightly sticky. We want to make it reasonably dry because we don't want the stuffing to wet the pastry. Lastly, sprinkle with some coarsely chopped coriander leaves and mix well. Then remove from heat and let it cool thoroughly before using it as the stuffing in the next step. How about the pastry of the samosa? It is only required a few items: all-purpose flour, salt, some oil and water. Mix the salt and all-purpose flour in the mixing bowl. Then add the ghee. If you don't have ghee, you can use butter or any vegetable oil with neutral flavor such as corn oil. Rub the oil into the flour gently with your fingertips. It will look like breadcrumb after about a minute. If you press down a handful of this mixture with your palm, it should be firm and hold its shape and will not crumble. Now add the water. The amount of water is crucial. If there's too much water, the pastry will become too soft to handle. It will also become less crispy because of the higher water content. If there's too little water, the pastry will become crumbly and crack while rolling out to form an oval shape. And it will tend to burst at the seam while deep frying, and it is too dry to seal the folding securely. Please refer to the recipe in the description section for more detail. Continue kneading until it forms a firm, stiff and non-sticky dough. And let it rest for another 10 minutes. Transfer the dough to the pastry mat. Divide it into 6 equal portions. You may apply some oil to the surface if it is too dry. Knead each portion for another 1 minute, then roll it to form an individual ball. Roll out the pastry to become an oval about 8 to 6 inches. Then cut the dough crosswise into 2, and each part is for 1 samosa. You may need to roll each of them again if the edges is too thick, as it is normal for the pastry to shrink back a bit. Apply some water to the straight edge. Fold both corners inward with the center of the straight edge as the pivotal point. Press the joint firmly by pressing it from inside the cone and pinch the tips of the cone to close it completely. Hold the cone with your thumb and index finger, place a potato stuffing into the cone and press it lightly to fill up the tip of the cone. Continue adding the stuffing until it fills the cone and leaves about 1 cm clear from the circumference of the cone. Apply some water to the circumference. Then crimp the pastry at the opposite side of the joint to make a pleat, then press and seal it out. Now you have a perfectly standing samosa. Now deep fry the samosa. You can use any vegetable oil with neutral flavor such as sunflower oil, canola oil, etc. Drop the samosas into the oil. Do not disturb the samosas during the first minute as they are still too soft. After the first minute, stir the samosas around gently. Deep fry for about 4 minutes or until they start to float to the top. At this stage, they will no longer be able to stand but fall to the sides. Increase the heat to about 175 to 180 degrees Celsius and continue to deep fry until golden. Remove the samosa with a wire mesh strainer or colander and drain on paper towel. Samosa is best to be served immediately after deep frying, where the texture is still crispy, flaky, with a savory spiced potato filling. That's how to make samosa, and I hope you like this video. And if you like this recipe, please also check out how to make Malaysian curry puff, which is closely related to samosa, and I've provided you with the link in the description below this video. Please subscribe, tap the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you again in some other similar video soon. Bye for now.